the NIB.
As a businessman.
As a businessman. And today I'm opening up, and this is real, live situation. You are talking about this Chief Justice.
Over 4,000 people are watching us. Please open up. Let's look at your own
I went for a facility from NIB in 2016. 2016, was it Akufo-Addo that was in power? Was it MPP? It was John Mahama. I bought 10 buses of Toyota Hiace. I'm a transporter. I had finished paying NIB on the altar of politics. When we started Alan Akufo-Addo business, quickly, Ajebafo and his firm, they were...
While you were in MPP?
MPP. They were working for NIB as external lawyers. They went to court, filed that buses that were working has to be preserved. If I am owing a court, I owing a bank, and you take me to court, at the end of the day, if it is proven that indeed I was owing, would I not be made to pay the money? But the judge in the court decided to preserve the buses for a year and a half. All these buses had been kept.
They were just parked.
In fact, your lawyer just confirmed it to me.
It's okay. They shouldn't go there. And therefore, and his people, when sometimes when we are speaking, if they know the damage that Akufo-Addo and his people have got during their term, I lost close to $4 million. A young man that is growing up in his business. They wanted to kill me.
Other four signs so biom into former MPP member our friend Solomon Owusu as at now no or joining Alankash a movement for change a year party ni muno aba bontin aba bekasa. Ni nebe kaya recently on Chief Justice Jetru Tokono ni remove our hoons and sem matters bebre arise aside Chief Justice ni remove our hoons and sem no NPP ye thank you to na sa thank you to we and a Honorable Kennedy Japan eba beka sanke be ya members ano mo party ni mu efi mu kono omo forget bibia no momra no mo nkambom enye thank you to na arofo Kennedy Japan suggestion we the buy no menemo kase Solomon Owusu aba kasa ono ochichi mu say there is no way they are coming back. Now therefore there is no way they are coming back no Solomon Owusu aba chichi mu mafia works omodi onu Solomon Owusu femu a omu collapse ni business ana oba beye eji ni huska ya mekra na ebe mu ma na ankomo san ya chi na tum arofo Solomon Owusu aba kasa ache kwa so elusu the transport business na arofo in sempi matters day you can tell say in the party MPP enye fedi agro Solomon e kasa no o de ba be see say e ka kitu e bi kra nkomu kuno. Now, for instance, and somebody to Jawaha or Chichim said, there's no way a year or more they are coming back. Yintino and Famra.
As a
businessman. And today I'm opening up, and this is real, live situation. You are talking about this Chief Justice.
Over 4,000 people are watching us. Please open up. Let's look at your own.
I went for a facility from NIB in 2016. 2016, was it Akufo-Addo that was in power? Was it MPP? It was John Mahama. I bought 10 buses of Toyota Hiace. I'm a transporter. I had finished paying NIB on the altar of politics. When we started Alan Akufo-Addo business, quickly, Ajebafo and his firm, they were...
While you were in MPP?
MPP. They were working for NIB as external lawyers. They went to court, filed that buses that were working has to be preserved. If I am owing a court, I owing a bank, and you take me to court, at the end of the day, if it is proven that indeed I was owing, would I not be made to pay the money? But the judge in the court decided to preserve the buses for a year and a half. All these buses had been kept.
They were just parked.
In fact, your lawyer just confirmed it to me.
It's okay. They shouldn't go there. And therefore, and his people, when sometimes when we are speaking, if they know the damage that Akufo-Addo and his people have got during their term, I lost close to $4 million. A young man that is growing up in his business. They wanted to kill me. The only reason why I survived was that I was doing business with my wife. Can you imagine you waking up with your wife and not knowing what to do? At a point, the judge there, you said you have preserved the buses. I gave, what do you call it, the keys. I went to the court myself to see the registrar. And that registrar there, the court 10 registrar, hey, look, the student annoyed this morning.
Calm down.
Because we have a lot of things in the house.
Investors are watching.
So the judge preserved the buses.
And you are talking about your experience.
My experience. Now.
And this was a high court?
High court. I went there, and then asked, told the court that these were have parked the buses here, they should go and take the buses. And then Bafo and his people didn't go for the buses together with the court. They sat there and later filed contempt application against me. We said, what have we done? We did search at the court to even find out whether they have orchestrated or put in motion processes to even go for the buses. There was none. One fine afternoon, I went to the court with my wife, and the judge said he had ruled that I was in contempt of court, and that I had to pay 30,000 on the spot. Either than that, me and my wife were going to Insawam. Can you imagine? And this is all happening last year. I said, what is happening here? I am not a soft nut to crack. So I said, yes, I will deal with these people. We went through the motion, and they lost the case. June 2024, I won the case, and that my buses were to be released to me. Do you know what Ejebafo and his friend did? Anytime I was ready to go for my buses, they would file a stay of execution. They filed frivolous applications. They will file it at the High Court. From there, they will move to the Appeals Court until there was a change of government that they stopped.
But I thought you know him personally. You all were in the MPP, so I'm surprised.
I'm telling you the wickedness. Okay. This is not law. They are talking about investors. Who is an investor more than I do? Or you think the white man coming to this country is only an investor? If you were treating the people in this country in this manner, treating a Ghanaian businessman, I had never went for any contract, not even a one city contract from the MPP government. I was doing my private business, and the cheek of it was that I was even using my money to finance the MPP at Okankwe South. Go and check Okankwe South. Those that were financing them. You have not even given me a contract, and you are talking about Okuja, talking about investors. You don't know the damage they do in the court. They shouldn't have known some of this. So they must be the last people. Let me say that John Mahama will be criticized if you go false foul of the law. But those that must be the last people to be talking about rule of law in this country must be the MPP.
Going by the experiences and your own observations as an ordinary Ghanaian, what do you think is the perception that keeps going negatively against the judiciary, and why?
The judiciary is corrupt. Let me tell you. I have dealt with them. If anybody comes to tell you, another time there's another judge. I'll come and mention his name here. I will show you the ruling.
It's okay.
Hey, I looked at the judge and said, were you able to do this? You were conceived for 9 months and you did this?
It's okay. It's okay.
It is corrupt. Me, I'm a practitioner. I go there as a businessman. Always, if you're a businessman, your place is the court. And the things that happens there. Eduji is the lawyer, so he may not say it, but I can tell you that because of their actions and inactions, that is why I wanted this whole Chief Justice matter to be heard in camera, so that people will begin to hear this. If they open up, the number of people that will come out with their issues on this Chief Justice, it will marvel the state. So if you want us to keep it secretly, that's why I've advised her that by now she must be negotiating her exit, so that peace prevails.
You see, the reason why that the issue about exit, let me give you. There is a High Court judge who, when he realized that impeachment proceedings have started against him, resigned.
Yes.
And now the reason why he resigned was that he resigned so that he can take the benefit. Because once he retires, he will get the benefit. Now, when he resigned, the Supreme Court ruled that that resignation was done to overreach the impeachment proceedings, and said that resignation was untenable.
But that's why I said negotiation.
I'm coming.
So she has to go and negotiate.
I'm telling you the precedent the Supreme Court has set.
I know, but I say that there has to be negotiation.
And at this point, we have crossed the Rubicon.
No, you are not the committee. You are not the president.
I'm not. No.
So let's be there.
Let's you said negotiate. Processes have started.
Yes.
No, he said that in jest.
Yes.
He said that. Negotiate.
No, he said that.
No, he repeated it. But the point I'm making is that at this point, the issue of negotiation relative to exit would therefore be done to overreach the constitutional impeachment process. And I'm saying in the past, when the High Court judge realized that he was going to be impeached under Article 146, decided to resign ahead of that process. And the reason is that when you resign, you enjoy your benefits.
Yes.
If you get impeached, it affects your benefits. And so the court said, look, we can see through this whole resignation file. and that is just an attempt to overreach the impeachment process. The Supreme Court did not allow.
All right, let me just make an intervention.
I am just saying that where in this case,
so we've crossed that hurdle.
The president, line where the president, by the statement issued by the Honourable Felix Kwache and yesterday, had constituted this committee. The issue of negotiation does not arise.
I believe that there could still be negotiation behind the scenes. I mean, we are building the country.
Behind the scene is what had created problems for this country.
But the matter has not been tried at this stage.
No, in one breath. No, hold on. In one breath, you said the entire process should be. You
have not heard it, so they can go and negotiate.
I am hoping that you're not making these assumptions or positions hold because there's an assumption that the committee that has been set up to investigate this very matter, because a prima facie has been established against the Chief Justice, will declare guilty.
No.
Right. Okay.
No, not at all.
All right, you've made your point. Now, I have an intervention made, and this one is coming from a viewer who says, I follow the case that Eduji is citing, the Loretta Lamte case closely. So actually, after prima facie was made positively, the president was swiftly petitioned to suspend the Shraj boss. Reasons included that her continued presence in the office would affect procuring critical documentary evidence and staff as witnesses.
Instead of what's any Amutian, Solomon also know baby in common or this side. Now, same way or canoe to say cut across. Cause I'm not sure, say Bano so hopes in Adoye. If they even go to him, say he should come back. Near the back, because Hopes in Adoye has also suffered similar situation to a year Solomon Usu, or no sooner situation of him. Out of 4 Matters Day. Now, why should a party hate its own people like this? Aha, ya Malik Basentali update. Mami wadin cho comment to mo. Subscribe, like, and share your video no. Yeah, the more update yeding eba wakwem.